Ms. Yeni Rosa Damayanti, Chairperson, Indonesia Mental Health Association.
To be able to speak and to have you two as the audience, it's a very great honor for me. So thank you very much for being here. First of all, I'd like to, the title of this station is about marginalized people. I'd like to share a little bit how does it feel to be marginalized amongst the marginalized. Well, if you have this mental problem, you cannot really talk to anybody about your problem. You hide it in the workplace. If you do take medication, you take it secretly, because people get curious. What is that? You cannot really say that it's antipsychotic, medication, because it will certainly spread out everywhere and then, affecting your reputation. You got huge problem in completing tasks at school, but you are too afraid to ask for assistance, again, for fear that people will spread the news. For the ones who's already in touch with the medical services, the psychiatrists rule your life. Your opinion is not counted. They are the ones who knows everything about you. They talk on your behalf in the conferences, seminars, press conferences. Sometimes you are invited, but most of the times you're not. So they discuss about you in so many forums, but you are never included. You are just a mute spectator when people talk about your life and decides what's good for you. You face problems in so many areas of your life. It's hard for you to find and keep a job, and that means you live in poverty. You are completely dependent on other family members. You cannot move out of the house no matter how difficult the situation is for you. You face many problems at school. This whole condition weighed you down. Yet, when you talk about that, the psychiatrist said that the answer of all your problems is in the form of psychiatric pills. Pills with ridiculous price and tons of side effects. Or the cheap one that created 70 years ago with side effects so horrendous you feel that you better stay insane than taking the pills. Then, if you are not, for those who's not in touch with the medical services in many developing countries, the condition seen as a curse or possessed by the fear, by the evil. Your cage chained because you seem to be a danger to yourself or to others. Even though you're already calmed down, they still cage you in. There will be a side event also on cycling this afternoon. But sometimes your cage is outside of the house. If you're a woman, sometimes at night the villagers will come to you and rape you. When you told others, people do not believe you because they said you're crazy. Until you got pregnant and silently gave birth in your cage alone. And then they found your baby and they took them away. You would never have a chance to hold your babies because you're insane. Then the help come. What kind of help? They took you away and put you in another cage. Where is that? Mental hospital. They fill you with drugs and send you back. And nothing for you to do. No jobs, no life, no school, nothing. And then you get angry and you get bored and then then they catch you again. And the whole circle come around and around and around. So that's the problem. And then when you started to, when that's this a great news that probably your condition is part of disabilities, it's not automatically that the movement accept you with open arms. I got to admit, when I started to be part of the disability movement, there's a lot of reluctance to sit together on the same table with crazy people. You're not us. You're crazy. We are disabled. We are different. Thanks God for CRPD. Because they insert our position amongst you. And then you have no choice but accept us as part of you. And then they start to know you, you know, and the disability movement start to know you better, and they see you as, and they started to see you as people, because they see that, you like the thing same with us, you talk like us, you have dreams like us, you have life, you have a dream to have life like just like us, and they start to warm, they are welcoming you, and then you start to feel that now it is life. You start to feel that you belong. You start to feel that you have a place in the society. You start to feel that, I'm part of the disability, and this group of disability has human rights that have to be fulfilled by the government. That then you, and that you also have what's so-called the right to make decision of your own life, because it is guaranteed in CRPD. And you start to think that, so what happened to me back then is not right. Nobody can decide about my life but myself. And then you feel that you have friends. I have friends here with me. There's Risna there, there's Dwi there, you know, other sister in arms in disability movement who welcome me very warmly back in Indonesia. Thank you very much. And then we start to fight together. And the fight becoming very meaningful, very strong because of this, because we are part of the disability movement. And then we started to tackle the most important thing that really took away from our life, which is our right as a human being, our right to be recognized as a person in front of law. And then I'd like to talk about my experience in dealing with this case. As a person with psychosocial disability in Indonesia, we do not have the right to vote. The election law said that person with unsound mind cannot be registered as voters. And that is the legal standing to say that you're not a human being, you're not a citizen, you're different from others. So we started from that. We started to campaign for the right to vote in the presidential election. And we fight that, even though we know that, you know, see, the problem is so huge. We have to start from somewhere. We have to really start from somewhere. So we started from, first of all, our rights to vote. Because it's not only right to vote, it is a recognition by the law that you can make decision, even a political decision, to choose who you think the best to lead your country. We start from that. Thank you for the RF for, you know, providing us all the means to do this campaign. At the presidential election, we succeed with that. We set up, we met with the Commission of Electoral, the National Commission of how do you call it? Election Commission? National Election Commission. We met with National Election Commission, and they make a circular letters to all of the regional election committee saying that you have to register all person with psychosocial disability to vote as voters. So we are very happy with that. That's the presidential election. And then we face another problem. Then we just found out that there are two separate laws, one for presidential election and the other for regional election, which is to vote for provincial and sub-district leaders. And then again, in this sub-district, in this regional election, it said that person with psychosocial disability cannot be voted as voters. So we took this law to the Constitutional Court. We took this law to the Constitutional Court. We did a judicial review, and then we invited the international expert to speak about what CRPD think about this law. It's still in ongoing process. I thank you for me. I thank Mika for that, because Mika helped me in inviting the international expert, because this is really a big step for us. We're still waiting for the result, And then we hit, the big one. We tackled the new Indonesian Disability Act. So we collaborate with other groups with disabilities to draft a new Indonesian Disability Act based on CRPD. And we make sure that the interests of persons with psychosocial disability to be involved in that draft. And then we did a lobby together, and feel very, very honored because in a very short time, for being marginalized, here I am together with other groups of disability, which is already established for 60 years, for example, like the Indonesian Blind Union, together with us, which is only, say, like 4 or 5 years, together to advocate for this new law. Thank you again for the RF because giving us the means to advocate for this law, and we already the law already passed. So we really have to guard this law because this law also talk about 28 ministries. Will regulate 28 ministries in Indonesia. So not only Ministry of Health, not only Ministry of Social Affairs, but also the other ministry, 28 ministries altogether, in which if we can really make this law to be implemented in the proper way, there will be a huge improvement of the life of people with disability in Indonesia, including people with psychosocial disability. Thank you.